Clerk, call the roll, please.
Commissioner Look.
Here.
Commissioner Brastad.
Here.
Commissioner West.
Here.
Commissioner Schulte.
Here.
Commissioner Meisner.
Here.
Commissioner Gamache.
Here.
Thank you. First item on our agenda is to consider accepting the regular claims paid over $500 for the period ending December 20th, 2019, and purchase card claims paid for the period ending on the same date.
So moved.
There's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Meisner. Further discussion or questions? Seeing none, so roll call vote.
Commissioner Brastad.
Aye.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Meisner.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
And that passes. Next, we'll look for approval of the minutes from December 17th, 2019 County Board meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Look. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Brasted. Any corrections, changes, deletions, additions? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? I think now's a good time to do my annual thank you to the staff for such great record keeping. Our minutes come really comprehensive and really detailed and always accurate. I read them fairly carefully every month to make sure, and I just thoroughly impressed, and I want to thank staff again for all your hard work in that area. Next, we will go into chair's remarks, which we just finished. So we'll move past that to committee reports, and we'll start out with the management committee report. Commissioner West.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have two items. They're very similar. There is a new need or increased need for vulnerable adult counseling and dealing with abuse that happens in that situation, and they predict that it's going to be increasing. So these two items are funded by state of Minnesota grants. First item is restructure in human services and social services from a 0.8 FTEs, senior social worker grade 12, to a 1 FTE, senior social worker grade 12. And the other one is the same position. It's going from a 0.65 FTE social worker to a 1 FTE social worker.
All right, we'll take these separately. We'll deal with 1A first. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Brasted. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Meisner. Is there any discussion on 1A? Seeing none, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner West.
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Meisner.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brastad.
Aye.
And that passes unanimous. And next, we'll take up item B, which was already discussed. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Brasted. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner West. Any further discussion? Seeing none, this is also a roll call vote.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye.
Commissioner Meisner.
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache.
Aye.
Commissioner Look.
Aye.
Commissioner Brastad. Commissioner West.
Aye.
And that item passes unanimously.
And Mr. Chairman, the rest is informational, and that concludes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner West. Next, let's move to the Internal Audit Committee report. Commissioner Look.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The Internal Audit Committee met on December 16th, and we did not have any action items, but I want to kind of address some of the information items that we have here. The first is that the State Office of State Auditor did come in and conducted their entrance meeting and kind of identifies the areas they're going to be focusing on this year for audit. And the committee is then able to address questions or try and get information as to what they're going to be looking for on that. Additionally, our auditor did a vulnerability review of accounts payable payments, and identified a couple of vulnerable areas that we can tighten up. And it seems that there's hackers out there today that are constantly bombarding the counties, and so from the standpoint of looking at very large payments that are going out, or a certain threshold of payments, we're going to tighten down a lot of their oversight on that and make sure that we're ahead of the hackers in terms of what they're trying to accomplish. And it never ceases to amaze me how they try and duplicate things and appear to be something that they're not, and who knows where they're located and unable to track. But it's an ongoing issue that we're dealing with at the county. Every county is dealing with it, and we want to make sure that we're tightening down every single area that we possibly can. So internally, we're working on that, and also a draft of the 2020 audit plan was presented, and kind of keeps the committee aware of where we're going to be focusing this year on various different audits. So again, it's something that's not mandated for the county to have an internal auditor, but certainly it's something that we invest in at Anoka County because we want to stay ahead of any sort of issues that are out there and tighten down anything and make sure that that if something does happen, we can say we've taken steps to ensure that it doesn't happen, and we can rest on that responsibility. So again, great committee, fun to serve on it. Thank you for appointing me again, and we certainly look forward to a successful 2020.
Well, thank you, Commissioner Look, and I would just comment, I'm impressed with your leadership on that committee, and I'm impressed with our internal auditor and the work that gets done there. It is, as you said, it's critical to protecting the integrity of Anoka County and what we do. In every division, every department, every worker is under the auspices of the internal auditor, and to make sure that everybody's above board at all times, and to make sure that this board is always apprised as to what's going on. I thank our auditor for that, and I thank you for your leadership on that committee. With that, we'll turn to the Parks Committee Chair Report. Commissioner Gamache.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We just have a chair report. The Chair of Parks, the Parks Committee recommends that the County Board award bid for the construction of the Lake George Dam and Rum River Bank stabilization projects to Sunram Construction Incorporated from Corcoran, Minnesota, for the base bid amount of $290,255 with no alternatives. We had a very good bid proposals. We had 6 different companies, ranging from this the bid that we're looking at all the way up to almost double that amount. But it's good to see so many people getting involved and making bids, and some of them very close. So I think that starts off 2020 in a good fashion, hopefully for the bid projects that we have coming up. This is under what our construction estimates were, so we're very happy with that. And Jeff Perry is here from our Parks Department if anyone has any further questions. Or Jeff, did I miss anything, or did I cover all of this? And maybe you can talk a little bit quickly about the projects themselves for our listening public.
Sure. Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. My name is Jeff Perry, Park Director for Anoka County. This is a very important conservation project. It's actually split into 2 different projects. One is the Lake George Dam replacement, which is a 50-year-old control structure that controls the elevation of Lake George. And the second piece to it is 2 riverbank stabilization projects on the Rum River. So this is in Commissioner Look's district. Worked with Commissioner Look with the DNR and Lessard Sam's Outdoor Heritage Council to finance this project. Very important to protect the fishery of Lake George, the lake elevation of Lake George, and then 2 very key stabilization projects on the Rum River that will contribute towards habitat enhancement, not only for the river and the fishery, but for public enjoyment. So 2 very important projects. We're poised to get good bids here, and looking forward to project implementation as early as the end of this month.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Commissioner Look.
Mr. Chair, thank you. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank Ron Shera, who was a strong advocate of this project, carried it through the Lessard Sam's Committee, and really, I remember there was some tense times when they wanted to support half the project but not the other half, but it was a combined project that came through, and so it was something that he advocated for very strongly and was able to secure votes on to get this accomplished. And I think sometimes we we deal with enhancement in parks. You know, we'll enhance a structure, we'll enhance a trail, we'll do things like that. And sometimes we aren't necessarily working so much on preservation, and this is really preservation. If this dam was to fail, I kiddingly tell people on Lake Shore, you'd get a lot more lakeshore real quick. And it would kind of destroy the fishery for many, many years to come. And there is, Mark Fisher is a well-known fisherman in the area. He fishes Lake George probably more than anyone else out there, and is a strong advocate for it. But again, people enjoy this lake, they enjoy using it. It's a recreational opportunity. I think the numbers is at 500,000 now this year that utilize that park. So a lot of people come up and use that and bring economic development to the area. And I'm just thankful for, you know, Ron's support of this, and our staff, and Jeff, thank you for your hard work on this, and the Conservation District as well. And I'll go ahead and move it.
There's a motion on the floor.
Second.
And there's a second. Is there further discussion? Thank you, Jeff, for your report.
Thank you.
Seeing no further discussion, this is a roll call vote.
Commissioner Meisner,
Aye.
Commissioner Gamache,
Aye.
Commissioner Look,
Aye.
Commissioner Brassad, Commissioner West,
Aye.
Commissioner Schulte.
Aye. And that passes.
That concludes my report. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Gamache. Anything else to come before the county board? Seeing none, I'll declare us adjourned.